What's up guys, welcome back to the channel and a brand new video. We're over here at East Coast Harley-Davidson in the beautiful Tauranga for the New Zealand launch of the 2022 Harley-Davidson Sportster S. I want to say a huge thank you to Jeff from East Coast Harley-Davidson for reaching out and inviting me to be part of this day. Jeff also arranged for me to throw a leg over the bike later today to have a little test ride and to get my thoughts on this bike. Let's head on inside, see what's going on. So there they are folks, all covered up, awaiting the unveiling. That should happen in a few minutes time. Now I know this bike has been launched in some countries around the world, but here in New Zealand, brand new launch, and I'm super excited to see what these bikes look like in person. And judging by the pictures, I'm a huge fan. The looks of this bike kind of reminds me of the Fat Bob, with that beautiful LED headlight and that aggressive stance with that beautiful fat tire. So I'll catch up with you when we finally reveal this bike.
Welcome everybody, welcome to East Coast Harley-Davidson. My name is Andrew, I'm the dealer principal here. We've got Jeff in finance and money, we've got Carl in sales, and we've got young Johnny over there doing what Johnny does best, helping people customise their motorcycle. Thank you everyone for coming along. I appreciate you made the effort to come and check out this all new Harley-Davidson Sportster S. Everyone's seen a lot of it around in the press. You guys are familiar with what the marketing is all being about? This is a really cool moment for us. We're coming out of 2022. 2022 definitely had some challenges for all of us. And what we've noticed as a brand and as a company is that people have really looked to their Harley-Davidson to fulfill their freedom. It's a brand that is really explosive when it comes to that. And after so many years of being in the market, it's really comforting for us to be able to jump on a Harley-Davidson motorcycle and get that freedom feeling. We saw the arrival last year also for Pan America, a whole new concept with Harley, but remember Harley innovated freedom and exploration, so it's almost like a homecoming for that model. So that motorcycle has certainly seen some really impressive sales levels. The market has responded very, very well. Bike of the year, it's getting all sorts of accolades, and the factory can't produce enough of them, which is really exciting. And we also saw some challenges with supply of motorcycles and parts and bits and pieces, but we've also seen some of those challenges overcome, and we're getting back on track. So 2021 was a challenging year, but also a good year. 2022, we see in February new models arriving. There's some amazing new colorways coming out for 22. You'll see them all over the internet now and so forth, but we've got some really nice bikes arriving around February. And also there's the global Harley-Davidson launch on January 26th at 5 AM, which for us is the 27th. That's what Harley-Davidson are calling Further and Faster, and it's a world premiere event. And experience what Harley-Davidson are offering that's beyond model year carryover. So that's when they talk about CVOs, they talk about new products, they talk about new models. So that if you want to tune in, you can be the first globally, along with everyone else, to see what Harley-Davidson have got to offer for 2022. The first model has arrived, Sportster S. So we're really excited about this bike. It's a bike that we're not the first to reveal this to our country. It's been released overseas, and if you read the feedback and everything on it, it is an impressive motorcycle. I think the only thing that it shares with the previous Sportster model range is the name, because this isn't a full new motorcycle. So in brief, this bike is developed for riders who desire the top-of-the-line performance with stunning style, aggressive riding with sport-like agility and handling, and I definitely support that, because the agility and handling is really impressive, as well as making a statement and standing out from the crowd. So to do that, they've got the Revolution Max 1250, which is a new engine that is with Pan America, and just to humanise all the numbers and all the figures, it's bloody amazing. It is seriously quick. It's got an abundance of torque, it's rapid, it's enjoyable, it's like owning a puppy. It's so playful in most instances. It's a bike that is exciting. It's a bike that you can take anywhere and do anything on. It's very versatile, and you'll see when we pull the covers on it, there are some new design concepts with a high mount exhaust. It's got a beautiful instrumentation cluster, ride modes, etc, etc. Now Carl, you have an interesting stat with how it compares weight versus power.
Same weight as the Street 500.
Dual purpose powertrain, and again a lovely amount of customization opportunities, which Johnny will go through shortly. So you boys want to pull some covers on this motorcycle and see what we've got, eh? Here we go, 2020 Sportster S. It's a different looking beast, isn't it? Johnny now, who's going to explain what his vision is for customization, because we all know that this young man can build some pretty spectacular motorcycles. Thanks, Johnny.
Hey guys, thanks for coming in today. What an incredible bike. Looking at this, for me, I see so many opportunities to be able to accommodate for the New Zealand market. The overall template of this machine is truly phenomenal, and I know a lot of the places that are here today, some while being new, we usually get some pretty big crowds for our reveal, and it's a little bit small. But one thing that's going to change that is when this bike goes flying past us at 100 miles an hour. So right now people aren't going to really be paying too much attention to what this Revolution engine is capable of. But honestly, when you see it on the highway and what it can do response-wise against our big old V-twins, it is a game changer. So this is the future of Harley-Davidson. Whether you like it or not, this is what's going to be the template going forward. There will still always be Air Twins or V-twins, but this is definitely the benchmark of what Harley-Davidson performance is into the 21st century. So in terms of where we can head with this, both the Pan America and the Sportster S, East Coast Harley-Davidson will be pioneering a lot of customization elements. There is not a huge array of products around both the Pan America and the Sportster S. We are already in the process of developing bars to be able to accommodate the Kiwi market. So T-bars, 8s will be a part of our sort of criteria going forward. One thing that I'd love to see, for example, is potentially putting a 21-inch wheel. I really like the squat element of this design, but as a whole, I feel that a lot of people will be drawn to a narrower profile 21. I think we can all agree this is something that I'd like to be looking at customizing pretty promptly, and there are options available for that. That is a safety dynamic that somewhere, I believe, from what we've narrowed it down to, is Germany. It requires a bumper. I don't know why, but it is part of the template moving forward. We have options already. Part of our East Coast, if we go into the Fat Boy, can be incorporated the side-mounted number plate. TBR, Two Brothers Racing, who we unfortunately sold the street mod that was in the showroom for yesterday, but they do a great range of exhausts. And if you come up and take an opportunity, they have an exhaust up here in the presentation, and then I have some tail tidy options in terms of removing them up and placing them here. So yeah, I'm really excited about this bike. I think it's got just huge scope of where we're going to be going as riders. It's got massive lean angle, it's so much fun, the throttle response is just truly phenomenal. As a whole, I really do believe that this bike is going to be a game changer in the Harley-Davidson world. So, you know, you're on the first floor, guys. There's nothing but up from here with this bike. So, watch the space.
Basically, we're going to take apart a perfectly good motorcycle and reassemble it. That's our market like. So, that's our plan. We're really excited to get stuck in and start coming up with some cool ideas. We can go mild, we can go wild, but our plan is to also innovate some of these cool ideas for the benefit of the rider. So, yeah, it's hard to keep Johnny bottled up to keep him in the straight and narrow with some of the stuff he wants to do, but it's also really cool to see some of his ideas and all that come through. So you'll see them coming up when we start customizing these bikes and working with our suppliers to create something epic and next level and also very exclusive.
Okay. On the side.
fob, just put that in your pocket there.
Yep.
And do the zip up. When you want to turn it on, you just flick this down and that will all come on.
Yep.
Takes a couple of seconds. And when you're riding, you'll see it's got road mode there. With this mode button here, or just here, touch that, it goes into sport mode. And it's got all the different modes down here. So I'll leave it in road mode. You've got to be sort of stationary before you can change the mode.
Awesome.
Now to start it, as I say, you just flick this button down and then you touch this.
Awesome. Thanks, brother.
Okay.
Cool.
Thanks very much. We'll see you when you get back.
Yep. So there it is, guys. Harley-Davidson Sportster S. We're going to chuck a quick leg over it and see what we think about the bike. I love these forward controls. It's something that I'm not used to, but we'll see how we go with it. Now the stance of this bike is something I'll have to get used to. I'm used to the Street 500. This one is obviously fitted with the forward controls, so that might take a little getting used to. This bike has a seat height of 29.6 inches. I'm 1.7 meters tall, or 5'7", and I can easily flat foot this bike. You can see how it handles around this roundabout. Now this bike has a leaning angle of 34 degrees each way, which means you have plenty of leaning angle to take this into the twisties. So what I have noticed from shifting, don't get that clunk that you're used to on other Harley-Davidsons. This is more of a smoother transition between your gears. Starting from the top, I just love these bar end mirrors. Now usually the mirrors are fitted here on the handlebars, which means I have to move my elbows, my shoulders and my arms to see what's going on behind me. With this bike, nice and comfortable, I can see much better, and I just love the overall look of it. The controls are similar to what you'll find on the Pan America. On other Harley-Davidsons you have your turn signals, one on the left hand side for indicating left, the other on the right hand side for indicating right. This one, it's both on the left hand side. Now the Sportster S does come with this beautiful 4-inch TFT display, which I'm absolutely in love with. You have the controls over here on the left hand side to control your menus, and you can switch between the modes on your menu. Braking feels absolutely amazing with these Brembo brakes. It does have a single rotor in the front and the back, but this bike is very light. Home button to go back. This bike is very light. The guy at the dealership did mention that it's a similar weight to the Street 500, which means that this bike is extremely light, and that's more than enough stopping power from the front and the rear. Single rotor brake to bring this bike to a stop if you need to. I would have loved to take this bike on the open road, because we have some heavy traffic today, but this is all good. I'll get a general feeling for this bike. Now the gas tank is a bit on the small side. I think it's a 3.8 gallon tank, or 11.8 liters. But for the purpose of this bike, you're obviously not going to take this bike for cruising. Heaps of acceleration. This bike feels amazing. Holy shit, she's fast. Yeah, baby. So yeah, for the purpose of this bike, if you're going to use it in the city or on shorter rides, this tank is ample big enough to accommodate that. Now I have heard some other guys when doing the review on this bike that they complain about the heat coming out the exhaust. Now I haven't been on this bike for too long, but at this moment I don't notice anything. Ergonomics of this bike, like I said, I'm 5'7", and I'm in a comfortable position. I don't feel stretched out, my arms are comfortable. And what I have noticed with the handle grips on this bike, Harley-Davidson has opted for the smaller diameter handle grip. So this is similar to what you'll find on a sports bike, and it's not like what you'll find on the normal Harley-Davidsons, which have a thicker diameter of handlebar. Another awesome feature of this bike, it does come standard with heated grips, does come with cruise control, which is a bonus that you usually have to pay a few dollars for to get extra on your Harley-Davidson. So it's awesome that Harley-Davidson decided to include this in the base model. With your gas cap, you obviously have the no key cap, so you simply flip that up and the gas cap opens up. Now the bike does come with 3, or shall I say 5 ride modes. It does come with road mode, which is the mode that I'm in at the moment, and then it also has sport and rain mode, and an additional 2 customizable modes, so you can tweak it or set it up exactly how you want it and for your riding style. It didn't take me long to get used to these forward controls. It feels real comfortable, and it's not a reach to my rear brake or to my gear selector. I'll turn around here. Don't want to take up too much time of Harley-Davidson, because I'm sure there's other riders who want to test out this bike as well. Boy, she's fast. Oh, that stop and go is amazing. Now what I love about this bike is that fat tire. Kind of resembles the tire on the Fat Bob that we're so used to, but if you look carefully you'll see that it's shaped in the cone form, which means you have more contact to the ground when you're going into the twisties or into the canyons, and it means it will grip better. I just love the setup of these controls. Now Jeff at the dealership did mention that you have to come to a standstill. Oh, look at that lean angle, not even near scraping. Cancel the turn signals. Holy shit, she's plenty fast. I will mention that I've never been on a Sportster before, so this will be my first experience on a Sportster, and just happens to be the brand new Sportster with the Revolution Max 1250T powertrain. Now, in an effort to make this bike lighter, Harley-Davidson integrated the engine into the frame design, which means the frame mounts to the engine, which resulted in this bike being extremely light, like I said earlier, similar in weight to the Street 500 or the Street 750. This baby's just a dream to flick around. Handles amazing. Now the rear shock only has a travel of 2 inches, but I can barely notice that. I went through a bumpier section earlier and it feels amazing. I was a bit skeptical when it came to the seat on this bike. It's real thin, but on the short ride it's comfortable enough. I reckon if you want to travel further, if you're going to do some touring, you'll want to swap that out. And like our man at the parts department at East Coast Harley-Davidson said earlier, they've got heaps of accessories that they're working on or developing for this motorcycle, including that beautiful TBR 2-in-1 exhaust. Now this bike does come with the LED front light and tail light, which is absolutely beautiful. Overall, guys, I have to say that I simply love this bike. It's fun to ride, it's got heaps of power, heaps of torque, and plenty of horsepower as well. Now, it's the same engine that's fitted in the Pan America, but when Harley-Davidson developed the Sportster S, they tuned it to lean more towards the torquier side, taking away some of the horsepower, but I have to say you can barely notice that, because this bike is fast. It's proper fast. So you've got more than enough power to get you out of sticky situations, or if you want to overtake in the city environment. This is only a short test ride. I would have loved to spend more time on this bike, but initial thoughts, absolutely love this machine. Comfortable seating position, an absolute dream to ride. Now I didn't have time to test out the rain or the sport mode, but if sport's more torquier and it's got more horsepower, Then the road mode, that's going to be scary fast. Because I really had to hang on when I accelerated on this bike, and that was in road mode. This bike is scary fast. So would I consider buying this bike? If I have the money, if I wasn't planning on a different model, this is certainly a contender. I would love to own this bike. It's fun to ride, it's fast, it's got that lean angle, and if you're a more aggressive rider, I can highly recommend this bike. And we're just about to reach the dealership. This has been an awesome test ride. I simply love this motorcycle. Let's see how easy it is to find neutral. Oh, there she is. Toggle switch off. Kickstand. Oh, there she is under the extender bar. And there you have it. Beautiful bike. Beautiful to ride. That beautiful 1250T powertrain. That fat front wheel. That beautiful headlight. LED. TFT display. Which is absolutely amazing. So here's the controls to control your TFT display. Menu, you can go through your GPS. You have to pair your phone with this bike in order for that to work. Moving on. Your music. Tells you your front, rear tire pressure, voltage, temperature of your engine. Settings, general, trip reset, adjust date, HD app, adjust clock, clock format, units, change security pin, display language, home. Beautiful display, and I really hope that they add this to our 2022 Lowrider S. Beautiful cluster, beautiful bike. You've got this knob here to adjust the rear suspension. Now that's only your preload. You can further set it on your shock absorber. I want to thank you all for watching today's video. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a huge thumbs up to let YouTube know that I'm doing a good job, and it helps out this channel a lot.